Wagwan me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast are strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
I'll go ahead and start with this. It's much better to retire as Michael Jordan than to retire as Magic Johnson.
What?
Let's just start there.
What?
Say what?
What? Yo, it's much better to retire with 6 championship rings than to be remembered as the man who lost on the Dream Team.
That's true. And he lost so much more.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet. A place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
What's going on, man?
What's cracking?
Not much. You know, same old. Ah, man. But so I was watching My Hero Academia.
Ah, yes.
Because I'm sick and tired of watching Invincible when he loses. Like, the show shouldn't be called Invincible. It should be called, Pilled Back Blue. Like that. I don't know.
But he's still alive, which means he's almost invincible.
No, like, he's... Oh my gosh, that show is so bad because it's just like, he's gonna lose a fight, and I'm just like, why are we watching this?
You know what? It reminds me of that movie. It's a treacle. 3 movies.
A trilogy?
Trilogy.
Did you not know how to say the word trilogy?
I try to say 3 words at the same time. I try to say it like
a sequel, a trilogy,
like tripod. I try to say tripod. I was so.
Oh goodness gracious! Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Dr. Giovanni, and with me is my right hand, my main man,
Father Greg Lambert.
Hey,
and I can speak good.
He's not from Africa. I promise. Oh goodness, and if you love us, open up a second screen. 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. There you go. And then also, you want to take that extra step? $10, $5, $3. CatholicNote.org/Father to Father. That's CatholicNote.org/F2F. And then click on the little tip jar. And it keeps the lights on. Lets the Spirit Stream Studios family know that, hey, we like these guys. They talk the truth. They keep me not only engaged, but I learned a thing or two. And the Catholic Notebook family is just like, hey, they're doing a good thing. So
far, so good.
Yeah, so
haven't been canceled yet.
Oh, no one can cancel us.
We gonna see.
Amen. Listen, the amount of I think people underrate the amount of like self curation that we do for the show.
Oh no, for sure.
Like people underrate
it's an everyday kind of thing.
Yeah, and so like they're just like, oh my gosh, that was so. Because I was talking to a fan of the show actually. Oh. It was a student, and they were just like helping out during the summer and everything. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, hey, I listened to your show, and it threw me for a loop because this student I didn't know even knew about the show or anything. Because like I'm just gonna be fair, it's a Catholic show. No, and so like you're not thinking like, oh yeah, people are listening. And so she goes, I really like the show. And I'm like, huh? What show? And in my mind, I go into full defense mode, like, whose show? What show?
Who sent you?
Who sent you? Where you heard that at?
Why are you listening to it? Close your ears. Are you old enough?
Wait, you 18? Oh, what is going on? No. She's like, I really like the show. And I was like, what show? And she's like, the Father to Father podcast. And I'm like, you listen to that? And she's like, yeah, no, I listen to it every week. This is pretty cool. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, you guys are wild. I'm like, you
have no idea how wild.
I was sitting there going, like, you understand that we don't say all the things, and there's a lot of stuff that we record that we don't let out because
we have episodes we have recorded that we have not released.
Which, like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, should we put in a special release fund? Some of it, I'm like, we're never releasing this.
Nope,
we're never releasing this. No one's gonna hear it because it's just like we get so much information from people, and people are outpouring love to us, and we record it and we listen back to it and we're just like, yeah, nah, we're good.
Like, that's not going to help anybody. If anything, it's only going to divide people.
It's only going to make things worse.
It's going to make things burn.
It's only going to make things worse. So I want you to keep in mind, when you hear like the hear me outs, or you hear some of the things, we have far worse in our email box.
Oh yes. When you hear the pregnant pause when he asked me a question, I'm just like, all right, I got 15 million answers that just came up. I got to curate them down to what can I morally be okay with. All right, 10. All right, what also sounds good and won't destroy this individual? 3. Okay, cool. Let's try and find a mix of the 3 answers.
And you know what? You listen to us every single week because we're better than 98% of what you listen to. So, like, it is what it is. You ready to get started, man?
Always.
All right.
Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds weird, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, I'll be there.
Hey, it's hear me out. 5 stars means you did nothing wrong. 1 star means, hey, Confession on Thursdays. And join the Confession on Thursday gang. We are doing this. You know, this is the best pressure you can put on your priest. Confession on Thursdays. Say, cancel all the other confessions. Put it on Thursday.
He's going to be pissed.
You got a day off? It don't matter. We want confession on Thursday.
That is my day off. I can't be just doing this. He's gonna be upset.
Oh, sure. When we get new churches for confession on Thursdays, I'll let you know. We'll update it. We'll update the chart. Alrighty. So, but hear me out. I started going to a different coffee shop every day, so the baristas wouldn't judge me for having a situationship each week. I'm Talia, 28. And my friends call me Robbins.
Yo.
As in Baskin Robbins. As in 31 flavors of men in 31 days.
You know she ain't Midwestern. There's only like 3 flavors.
It's corn, hay, or alfalfa. That's it. All right. It started as a joke during a hot girl summer. I was on a roll, just living my life, matching left and right, emotionally available and not emotionally available foolishness. And yes, okay, I may have bought a few of them to the same cafe because it was close to my apartment and the lighting was great for both flirting and posting my matcha. Sue me. But then it happened. One of the baristas, I think her name was Sage or Rain.
That fits.
Something herbal and aggressive. Totally blew up my spot. I walked in with a new guy and she dead ass said, oh wow, you finally settled on one? With a smile.
Yo, she's messy. She's messy for no reason.
You can tell this from the East Coast. Like, yeah, she dead ass said.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
With a smile. A smile that tasted like judgment and oat milk. That was good. The situationship was over before we even sat down. So I adapted. A new guy, new cafe. First few dates was citywide tour of espressos and emotionally detachment. I started rotating coffee shops like caffeine, like a caffeine powered spy. Okay, cool. I had it down to a science. East Side for RC boys, Midtown. Oh, this is New York. East Side for RC boys, Midtown for finance bros, and the weird jungle theme Korean town for men who claim that they don't believe in labels. Efficiency, strategy, Robbins in her prime. But
Yo.
I'm tired, but now I'm tired. I'm tired of the mid-sex and overpriced lattes. I'm tired of gambling with my cold brew just to avoid being soft launched by a barista. I miss consistency. I miss being able to say the usual. And I miss knowing my caffeine and my trauma triggers were going to be handled in the same place. Am I being paranoid? Or should I retire? Like actually retire, buy a French press, learn how to be alone in the morning, Is that healing? Dr. Gio, how did you retire? Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Dr. Gio.
From deep.
Dr. Gio, how did you retire? Or did the Lord bench you for public safety?
Oh, she wins. Oh, that's fantastic. She wins. That's amazing.
Be honest. I need wisdom and electrolytes. Oh, my
bet.
gosh. Okay.
Ooh, that's a lot of caffeine.
So hear me out. Anyways. Disrespectful Baskin Robbins. I want you to get your cotton candy looking. Okay. Whatever. You need a recap?
Yeah. Yes.
God, bench me.
Say it again. Say it sweet.
Talia, disrespectful, out here being Baskin Robbins, 31 men in 31 days. That's a lot of guys. I'm sorry. 31 men, 31 days. She went to all these different cafes. And then she's just like, yo,
money.
I started rotating all over Midtown, Koreatown, all this stuff.
New York coffee. Golly.
For coffee. All because like Rain, Sage, whatever her name was, she was like, hey, you finally settled down with one. She was messy for no reason.
No reason. She just got upset.
I was just like, I'm sick and tired of seeing you with men. I don't get that many men.
I was going to say, like, yeah, just find one yourself.
She got to a point where she goes, I'm tired of mid-sex. This is a very interesting, but hear me out. It's not really like, hey, this is an ongoing situation. She's just like, I'm tired.
Or tell me I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It's just, this is my situation.
It's like, am I paranoid or should I? Like, she basically gets to a point where she's just like, yo, I'm just done.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing a whole bunch of stuff. Or am I just being paranoid? Should I just keep living this life and keep doing this? Yeah. Or should I like retire? And then she took a shot at me and she's like, hey, yo, I guess it's not a shot, but it's like, it is what it is.
It's introspective. She's like, yo, I know he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know.
She's like, Father Greg doesn't know. Like, he's a good guy. He sounds real good. He's real compassionate. He don't know what it's like to be 31 and 31. Like, I don't. I'm 2 scoops deep in 31. Like, you can't do this. And so she's like, how did you retire? Or did the Lord bench you for public safety? Like, what?
Yeah, you're out here Draymond Greening people.
Nah, man, I'm Steph Curry with 3. It was bad at one point. Anyways.
Just one.
2011, that's a year to remember. Anyways, what do you think? I'll give you leeway.
Well, I'll go ahead and start with this. It's much better to retire as Michael Jordan than to retire as Magic Johnson.
What?
Let's just start there.
What?
Say what?
What? Yo, it's much better to retire with 6 championship rings than to be remembered as the man who lost on the dream team.
That's true. And he lost so much more.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh my gosh. That's not okay. We're not okay.
Don't clip that. You put that whole thing in.
All right, go ahead.
So as I was saying, listen, what we're dealing with right now is actually something that happens quite often in multiple stages in human development, especially of young people. This happens a lot within the ending of high school between 17 and 18 when someone has a lot more legal autonomy and also more understanding of their body. And this also happens to individuals who take that swing into college and then start dating or start being more promiscuous. They have this saturation point of going for between I haven't done this before to I really like this to I'm getting something from my behavior right now, whether that is affirmation, whether that is just good sex, whether that is I feel good about myself or things of that nature, or maybe it's like financial stuff. Maybe I'm actually getting real financial value from this. And then they get oversaturated. This is too easy. This happens all the time. And I'm being asked to ramp up my production in some way. And it's getting to a point where I'm not going to be comfortable offering the things that I'm offering. So therefore, this is where you see situations in college, particularly within, well, not just men, but also women as well, where they find themselves being promiscuous they find themselves being promiscuous quite often, and then something gets introduced that they're not really ready for, and so they have to find their threshold of, okay, I'm not going to cross this line, and I'm also not okay with just doing this thing at the bottom and living marginally, so I'm going to live somewhere in between this flow state, right? And then they graduate and they have to make a decision of, this is what my life was before. A lot of people usually just leave it behind. Some people take that same behavior and they move it into their adult lives, young adult life, and as they transition, trying to figure out what life looks like for them now. Why am I saying that to you? Because right now you're in a good flow state. At no point have you said during this entire letter, and I'm just going off of the context that you've provided, that I'm going to ramp this up and I'm going to move from coffee shops that are consistent and it's within my ideal of algorithm to really nice restaurants, to nice hotel rooms. You didn't say any of that. You have a way of going about it. You've hit your flow state, but you've also hit your saturation point. You're getting tired of the same old, same old. You're getting tired of matcha. You're getting tired of cappuccinos. You're getting tired because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. You want consistency. And that is grace working. Doesn't always seem like it, but that's grace. When people ask, where is God in my situation? That's it right there. It's God whispering, don't you want more?
I mean,
that's enough to wreck somebody.
Yeah. No. She asked me a direct question, like, how did I retire? Right? How did I retire and all this stuff? Like, our father of the family knows. I had a pass. I was.
Who hasn't?
I was Jordan. I was Jordan. At one point, I didn't have to. Man, it was bad. But
check the wrist work. It was wet.
What?
The wrist work. Got him.
Oh, jeez. Dang, man. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. My mind went to a different place. I was like, what?
Oh, we know. You had a pass. But continue.
But, yeah, no. To answer your question directly, it was one of those things where, like, I was in a very similar situation as you, because I got to a point where, like, I just had to ask myself, like, what are we doing? And it wasn't really like, did I enjoy the things that I was doing? Like, no, I never really enjoyed it. Like, I never really did. It was one of those things where the more women I interacted with, the more it just became a case study on women, and less it became about, like, getting to know the person or understanding the person. It was just like, okay, so what are the things that I need to say in order to get X or Y or push this button or push that button? And it became like a behavioral experiment. And it started to be a game for me. And it became something where because I remember it clearly, because I was driving home. It was 2:00 in the morning, and I got in and I sat in my room and I looked in the mirror, and then I laid down and I was just looking at the ceiling. I'm asking myself, like, why am I doing this? And it wasn't like on some, like, oh, I was hurt and therefore I, like, used women to fill the void. Like, no, it wasn't that at all. Because it was just pointless. Like I wasn't getting anything out of it anymore. And it was becoming more of a burden than it was anything enjoyable. And that's where you were speaking about, like, a saturation point. And that's where I hit my saturation point, because it's like the liability was becoming higher.
Yeah.
The amount of burden that I'd have to take on was becoming greater. The amount of times that I just cut a girl off and said, I don't care about what you're talking about. Either we're going to go or we're not going to go. Like, it's fine with me. And she's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, okay, cool. And I just walked away, and she's like, what? You don't want to sit down and, like, talk and spend time? I'm like, no. What would be the point of that? And then I just pick up my phone and be like, hey, Sarah, what are you doing tonight? She's like, nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm coming through. And it was just, it was systematic, and it was bad because I lost a sense of charity. And it wasn't like, oh, like, oh, you're not being kind. I don't understand what kindness is. Like, the idea of charity, though, makes sense to me. Like, this notion of, like, the person that I'm walking with is a human being. The person that I'm sitting across is a human being. They have a series of patterns, behaviors, structures, feelings, whatever. And I have to be able to respect that. And if I don't respect that, I don't have to respect their decision making, but I have to respect them on a base level. Like, they're given this by God. There are certain things that they have that God has provided to them, and I have to be able to respect that. And if I can't see them for being a human being, then I've lost the plot. And that's where, like, I sat down with them. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. That's where I'm at. And so after that point, I was just kind of like, okay, what am I going to do? And then it became rough, because I'm going to let you know right now, it's rough after that. Because you're just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to try to date as prescribed. And you realize very quickly that a lot of church communities don't have prescriptions of dating. They don't have information out there to, like, help you. The information that is out there, it really skews it very much. It's a lot of vilification. Yeah. It's based a lot on vilification.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help you at all in terms of, like, how do I practically put some of the things into play? And it pretends as though, like, certain things don't exist. Like, for example, the nonverbal communication that happens between men and women, it pretends that doesn't exist. It also pretends as though, like, when a Catholic man and a Catholic woman are going to enter into a relationship, a Catholic man is supposed to pretend as though, like, the Catholic woman now is in charge automatically, which I don't understand that part of it, because it's reflective of a lot of Catholic marriages. Because if you look at a lot of Catholic marriages, the woman is the one that's leading the marriage, and the woman's the one that's very active in the marriage, and the woman's the one that, and this is all pure research stuff. It's not even like, oh, conjecture. This is what it is. And so you would expect that the relationship materials would reflect that, and it does. And so as a guy, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this doesn't help me. Yeah. Because I don't think this way. Like, my life has not been this way. And so why the hell would I want to be in a relationship like this? This seems miserable for me, but you're telling me this is godly? How? And so I had to go on my own journey of, like, really unpacking and researching and developing and, like, understanding what it means to be in a relationship with someone else and defining that. And that's where, like, understanding those three relationships, relationship with God, relationship with myself, and relationship with others, that's where it happened. And it turned into me going on a date with someone and listening and just going, okay, cool. And then regurgitating back to them at the end of the date, and then taking them home and not doing anything and just walking away, and doing that repeatedly over and over and over again, because it was the same mechanism that I was used to, but the end result was different. And once the end result was different for me, it changed a lot, because now in my brain, it became, this isn't an end game for you to get into bed. This is an end game for you to understand the person that you're sitting across. And so a lot of the questions now I'm asking is just like, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I'm going to ask you this question because I'm curious. Yeah. Which made it worse.
Which made it worse. That human curiosity will get you far, dog.
Dude, it made it worse. It was just like, and then I had a new issue that I was dealing with, because now you had women that were like, oh, let's do this. And I'm like, but aren't you the Catholic girl that told me that? But I'm
so confused. Don't you have a boyfriend?
Yeah. She's like, no, forget about him. Like, the amount of women that I took on, like, coffee dates or, like, whatever, and I would do the same thing, but it would just be, the output would be different. The end game would be different. That would tell me afterwards, like, oh yeah, no, just stay a little bit longer. Hey, why don't you stay the night? Why don't you? And I'm like, whoa, that I feel like that would get us into trouble. She's like, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of trouble. I'm like, this. I'm like, I'm trying to do something different, and you're telling me to shoot in the gym. Like, what's up with this?
Dang it, Daisy.
But I say all that to say, like, yeah, that's what I did. And just to be mentally prepared for that transition. And it's going to take some research. It's going to take some time. You're going to figure it out. There are some good materials out there. But a lot of materials out there do slant one way. And it does, in my opinion, it takes out the humanity from it. And it pretends as though things don't exist that do exist. Yeah. And so it's hard. And then you're going to have to deal with the other half of it is like while you're trying to avoid it, it's going to be popping up a lot more.
Oh yeah, because you're going to notice it now.
Yeah. And so it's like, so you'll deal with that. And you'll deal with that as well. But all in all, I say for this, I'm giving you a 4. I don't think you're 5 where you're like, oh, I've done nothing wrong. Like, no, I think you're great where you're at. And I think you're have a solid footing to keep going for it. And I strongly encourage you, move forward and like embrace this new life that God is opening up for you and really give it a real chance.
I agree. Very well said. I'm going to go ahead and go with a 4 as well. And also do a shameless promotion that there is a book on love coming out from Catholic Notebook.
Oh, yeah. Love Theory.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
Father Greg. With research provided by yours truly, because, you know, I don't sleep. Well, did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? CatholicNote.org/fatherfathers, CatholicNote.org/F2F. And let us know.
Enjoy your kombucha.
Yeah.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds weird, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me, hear me,
Back when I needed a man, all I got handed was traps. Said boy go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I ain't know I still had. Good advice don't come cheap, real ones ran wisdom don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play, can you help me out? And I try not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little man don't believe.
Follow the advice is back.
Hey, finally.
Hey. So
Come to your papa.
Come to your papas. So we got this question. All right, it comes straight to us. And also, I'm not going to, we'll get through as many as we can get through. I'm not going to say like, dear Father Greg and Dr. Gio. Like it's assumed. Okay, just assume it. Okay. And if you'd like to send us a email for fatherly advice, go to catholicnotebook.org/fatherfathers, catholicnotebook.org/F2F, and then scroll down, click on fatherly advice, type it in, send it, and we'll get it. We get thousands of emails a day. We will get to them eventually. They get curated. Also, don't be, you know who you are. You know who you are. If you're going to sit there and be like, I'm going to write 3.5 novels and expect them to read that on air, like, no, that's not going to happen. But if you do have a question, we'll see it eventually, and it'll make it through our screeners and all that stuff. All right. So let's hop to it. Okay. I cheated on my husband 4 times last year, and I feel terrible, but also more beautiful than I've ever felt in my entire life. I'm 36, married 10 years, a mom of 2. I started going to Pilates and got energy back post-pandemic, and things spiraled. I started hooking up with my instructor, then my chiropractor, then my barista. Okay, I'm sorry. I followed a barista. Oh, sorry. It says, and once a barista I followed home from a booking event, a book event. It was like my body woke up. My confidence shot up. I lost weight. I started wearing mascara again, even started a business. But the guilt is wrecking me. I look at my husband and I want to tell him, but also I don't. He's been happier lately, weirdly enough. How do I improve my life if being bad is the first time I felt good? I got so many thoughts, but go ahead.
No, we all do.
Go ahead.
We all do.
Go ahead.
Well, I would say congratulations on being healthy.
Yeah. Hey, good. Yeah, we'll put the good.
And getting caught up on your confidence.
Yeah.
Also great. We
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that
You following home baristas after a book event.
yeah, don't do that. Like anyone who's listening, don't do that. No amount of confidence.
Yo, what kind of game does a barista have? You're like, hey, yo, I make lattes. She's like, I'll follow you home. Like, what?
Things that only the opposite sex can say. Because the barista can't follow this woman home from Pilates class and be like, hey, I can't say that on air. But oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
But all I'm saying is having confidence does not mean that we need to go ahead and step out of the sacrament of marriage. And listen, I'm not trying to poo-poo on you. This is not Father Greg saying shame on you because you're doing this. Like, you know exactly what's going on and what's wrong and what's right. That's the reason you're kind of writing in. So let's just go ahead and just call a spade in this one particular situation.
Right.
Your confidence in stepping out on your husband are not necessarily connected in that way. And this is what I mean. I mean, a truly confident person, not just in their body, but in their mind and in their soul, does not need to go outside of what is stable in order to prove or to be celebrated in that way. It means that the confidence that you've gained in your body, congratulations, that's really good. I'm not poo-pooing on that at all. I want you to have confidence in your body. I want you to have confidence and have ambition and have drive and have goals. Those are all great things that help us become cultivated individuals. That being said, if we step out and look for someone either to celebrate us or to feel beautiful in someone else's eyes, that doesn't make us more beautiful. It just makes us feel that way. That's not confidence. And so there's something else going on here, whether it is I haven't felt this way in a very long time, or maybe I have never felt this way, or maybe I have been so worried about taking care of my family, taking care of my kids, taking care of my husband, trying to do all these things, comparing myself to other people and never feeling like I measured up. And now there's other people who want me, who feel like they make me feel like I'm desired.
Right.
That's not confidence that you're receiving from them. That's affirmation, and they're not the same things. So the question is going to be, where is it that where is it that we're receiving our affirmation from?
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you on that. I want to say that you feel guilt and not shame, which is great. Like, guilt says that my behavior that I'm engaging in is bad.
Correct.
Shame says I am bad. So the fact that you sit there and you go like, yeah, I feel guilty about this, you're intrinsically telling yourself like, this doesn't seem right for me. And so you've identified, okay, well, this is a problem. And you want to figure out why it's a problem. And realistically, what it sounds like to me is a person who has been starving for a long period of time. Like, I can't be mad at you for it. It's the same thing where you tell your child, hey, don't eat that ice cream. Don't eat that ice cream. Don't eat that ice cream. And then you finally let them eat the ice cream. And then you're surprised that half the gallon of ice cream is gone. It's like no moderation is going to happen at that point. And, and I chuckled a little bit because, like, you start off, you're like, yeah, I started hooking with my instructor, my chiropractor, and then the barista.
The barista was just gratuitous. That was straight gratuitous. That didn't need to happen.
It didn't need to happen. But I mean, like, yo, what did the barista say? Like, I
was going to say, like, yeah, like, legit, like, what happened between you and the barista? You're
in the book club. It was a book meeting. This is a book event.
Because he wasn't at the book event. I don't think he was. I think he was working.
He was working at the barista at the event.
And you said, I could do that. And the barista was like, extra cream?
And she's like, yes. And the tip. Like, hey, that's what she said. She said. And then she put the tip in the jar. That's it. Hey.
Oh, so many emails.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I will say this. You are recognizing yourself for the first time. And I think that's the issue here. And I think a lot of women and a lot of men kind of get into these traps when they get married is, hey, I'm going to live for the other person. It's like, pause. You can't. You got to live for you, and you got to make your own decisions. And then the person that you're married to is going to live for them, and they're going to make their own decisions. And if you're going to will the good of the other person, it means that you have to take care of yourself first because you cannot give what you do not have.
Amen.
And so at the end of the day, what's happening here is for the first time, you looked at yourself and said, I need to take care of me. I need to really start putting myself in a position where I am healthy. I am at peace. I am feeling good about who I am and where I am in my life. And then from a chemical standpoint, your brain said, here's a whole bunch of dopamine.
Yep.
And now you're like, hey, and you start noticing things about yourself that you didn't notice before. It's not like these things didn't exist. It's just, you're noticing them now. And when you carry yourself a different way, people react to you differently.
That's true.
And so you're getting more attention than you did before, not because, okay, the weight and all that stuff, yeah, that's happening. I'm not going to discount that. But the way you carry yourself is a lot. Listen, for a portion of my life, I was overweight. I was like almost 300 pounds. I tell you that my wake up call was when Father Greg came to visit. Father Greg came to visit. It was back in 2017. I will never forget this. My child was 1 year old. I came to see him. I was so happy. I hadn't seen him in a while. And I was like, bro. And then he's like, damn. I mean, I love you. Hey, how's it going on? I'm like, what happened? He's like, dog, wow, things have changed for you. And that's when I woke up. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not living life the right way.
And what ended up happening? You stopped shopping for pants that say Husky on the side. Look at you.
That's true. That's true. I went from a size 49. Yeah. It's 49.50. Now I'm 36, 34, 36, 35. So that's our advice to you. Listen, our advice to you is slow down. Slow down. Look at what you're doing. Embrace this new aspect of you, but recognize that, yeah, you do have a moral compass, and your moral compass is telling you, hey, what you're doing right now is not that great, because you're feeling that guilt, which says something has to change. Mm-hmm. So evaluate what needs to change. Do you need to pour some of that energy back into your husband? And you said your husband's happier now, which would suggest to me that you're chasing your husband just as much. So maybe whatever you're getting from these other sources, ask your husband to give you that, and then see where it goes.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Well, we talked about shame and guilt. I loved what you said there, that guilt says that it's self-reflective.
Yeah.
Understand that shame is not from God.
Yeah.
God doesn't shame us.
Yeah. Because God doesn't tell you like, oh, you
are bad.
Yeah, you're a horrible person.
He's never going to say that.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't say that. So, all right, cool. That's it. That's follow the advice.
Never ask for advice and they laugh at you or worse. They give it with strings attached. I learned some people don't help to help. They help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul, 'cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame for the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
Okay. I think I'm going to call it Upgrade My Life.
Pimp My Life.
It's like Pimp My Ride, except for Upgrade My Life. Hey, welcome to the new segment. It's called Upgrade My Life. Remember Pimp My Ride?
Yeah.
This is the same idea, but it's people talking about their life. It's real people talking about their life going like, hey, yo.
Without the tax issues at the end.
Yes. Yes. And we don't got Coolio talking about like, hey, look at the van.
You mean Ice-T? No, it was Exhibit.
Exhibit.
It was Exhibit.
I'm sorry. All of them look the same. That's
wow. That's a deep cut.
Tell me they don't look the same.
No, they don't.
Oh, whatever.
Coolio's dark, my guy.
They're all dark.
Exhibit is not dark.
Exhibit's dark?
Not really, no.
Oh, he's chocolate?
Lighter than chocolate.
Really?
I don't want to talk too much about his skin color and call it chocolate. It feels weird.
All right. Well, here's the thing. So the Catholic Research Team did their 1-2 thing. They got people to tell us about their lives, and they had a whole bunch of questions. They said, hey, can you help me upgrade my life? Can you help me improve? So here we go. So last fall, I got way too into vision boarding and manifestation, like on a witchy level. I started using Pinterest. making audio frequencies, candle rituals, under blood moons. I even named my board Wife Energy. I wrote down a list: soft-spoken but funny, reads Joan Didon. I don't know who that is. Owns linen napkins, likes sad girl indie music, but knows how to fix a flat tire. I was weirdly specific. 2 weeks later, I met her on a random Tuesday at a farmer's market. She dropped a bunch of beets and said something charming about root vegetables and colonialism. What
is this? What is this? Nah, deep fakes. What's going on? What's going on? I'm looking around right. What's going on?
Yo, for anybody who doesn't know, this is the second time we've got someone that says something about colonialism. What is this? It was exactly how I imagined Oh my gosh! What? Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
This is clearly from Seattle. Exactly how I imagined it. And it kept going. Her apartment looked like my mood board. She had the exact look, the voice, the vibes. It was like I conjured her. At first I thought, this is it. Manifestation works. I win. But now it's been 6 months and it's eerie. She's perfect, like too perfect. Like Stanford wife, but millennial curated. Everything she says is exactly what I want to hear. She never argues. She compliments my handwriting. She makes playlists for our moods before I even mention I'm having one. And lately, I catch her watching me like she's waiting for a cue. Like we're both stuck in a script and we didn't write it and we just accidentally got summoned in the same spot. I wonder if I trapped us both in this weird Netflix fantasy. Or if she's just performing so that we can get married. And if I'm so obsessed with this wife energy concept that I'm actually creating a sense of paranoia. Do I tell her I think there might be something else going on here? Or do I just enjoy this for what it is? Give me your thoughts.
I have many thoughts.
Yeah. First of all, can we stop with the like, hey, we gonna manifest something by putting a candle underneath a blue moon while Venus is in retrograde? Like, this is not like, I don't understand. Do you know that there is a massive in I believe it's in Massachusetts, someone carved out a massive like building size Ouija board. And they're like,
it makes sense in Massachusetts.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of quirky. It's fun. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
A Ouija board. And then like, it was one Halloween where the board started moving on its own. And I was just like, hey, yo.
I can't.
It was just like, hi. That's all I said was hi. And that was it. And it stopped. And I'm like, you know what?
Luckily, you went ahead and got the box ghost. You could have gotten like, you could have got like a legit demon. Oh my goodness.
The box ghost. I'm the box ghost.
I'm the box ghost. For all you Danny Phantom fans.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, man?
But speaking of old TV, this is a great time to unlock some of my headcanon. All right. So for those of you who may have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? There's an episode where they go to a mountain and Aang gets trapped in the spiritual world.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But right before this happens, like at the very beginning, there's a fortune teller and everyone's all enamored with this fortune teller and everyone's saying, oh my gosh, this fortune teller he predicted I was going to get a flat tire today. This fortune teller predicted I was going to rain today. And she's always right. And they go to the fortune teller and everyone's super excited. Like, oh, let's go see what happens. And Sokka's like, no, I don't really care about fortune tellers. It's completely fake. This sound third. And then what she does, and I always remember this, she has these bones, and then she throws the bones into the fire, and then she reads the cracks when the bones crack.
Right.
And everyone says, oh, you're going to find love. Oh, you know, it's going to rain today. Oh, you're going to find good luck. And people are just like, and Sokka's upset. It's like, oh, this is going to happen. Of course it's going to rain today. It's in the forecast. It is what it is. And what got me was Aang throws his bone in the fire. And then the music gets really intense and the fire goes around it. And there's this deep crack. And then it looks like it's about to explode. And the music's starting to get intense. And she says, I've never seen this before. She goes, you're locked in deep turmoil. And there's going to be a fight, a deep conflict that it's going to decide the whole entire direction of the world. And goes, yeah, I already know that. But you see anything else? And I say that because, one, I feel like this is my life all the time. I'm like, yeah, I want to get insight. I already know about the big stuff. I live big stuff all the time, like every single day. I don't get around that stuff. I'm never about like the more intricacies of what people are going to do in the future. But all that is to say that you did use your visioning board and you did use the final minute details of what you're looking for, and it was given to you. And you feel now that you've created a script. Is there a possibility that this individual has done the same thing, has been looking at your visioning board? Because I know for a fact you didn't take all that down when you got back to your room. That you've been looking for all of this, and she studied it copiously. And she says, if I just do the playbook, if I just stick to what Derek Mangini said, then I'm gonna win a Super Bowl. Like, it is what it is.
If you're what was it, Rex Ryan? If you're Rex Ryan and you don't mess up that defense, you might make it to the Super Bowl. But then you get cocky, and then you all of a sudden you're just like, I'm gonna draft this player. It's like, no. And
then you let Braylon Edwards walk when you could have just kept. It was ridiculous.
Anyways, it's old scars.
All I'm saying is there's a really good chance that you're dealing with someone because you found her and she said that she's fantastic and she's perfect, that she is an individual who believes in the very same thing that you do. And she said, you've given me the entire playbook to get married. This is what I want. I'm going to follow this religiously. And I use the word religiously on purpose. Yeah. I'm going to follow this to the very T, and I'm going to get the thing that I want because it's exactly what you want. You have detailed exactly what you want.
Right.
But you're realizing that there's no spontaneity in this. There is no authenticity in this. Not to say that there's none. There's a lot of authenticity that's lacking. Yeah. Right?
Well, and this is where I think this is where you and I kind of depart because like I look at this and I go, she could be completely authentic. She could look at like 100%. We could look at the vision board and be like, yeah, I agree with this. Because after a certain while, like you can't fake things for a while. Like you can fake things for a while, but eventually your own personality will start to come out. I mean, I'm sorry, if you drop beats and start talking about colonialism, that is a certain mindset that you gotta be.
It's gotta be. That's more prevalent than I thought it was apparently. Because I don't know why.
No, Doug, people, they've been talking about colonialism for like a while now, which is weird. Wild. But my thing is, like speaking to the bigger thing of like paranoia, you're paranoid. Like right now, you are fully paranoid because, like, and also hear me out. Hear me out. Look, follow me. Walk with me. Walk with me.
Walk with you.
Walk with me. Uplift me. No. But like, hear me out. From a psychological perspective, when you are spending so much time doing something, it will find a way to integrate itself into everything that you're doing. Part of manifestation is also living the counterbalance of it. So if I'm manifesting someone who is supposed to be very compassionate and supportive, then I need to be very strong and compassionate as well. Like there has to be some type of complementarianism that goes on there, right? And so he was living that life, and then someone comes along and matches to that. And that ultimately was a series of decisions that you made.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're putting yourself in that mindset constantly, there's no separation. It's not magic that's happening. Nope. You are constantly telling yourself, this is the type of girl that I want. This is the type of girl that I want. This is the type of girl that I want. And then you look for her. Whether it's conscious or subconscious, you look for her because you've already articulated. Part of improving your life from a mental health standpoint is being able to verbalize what it is that you want and then sit there and say, how far am I right now from the thing that I want? People call that manifestation. That's not manifestation. That is just basic psychology
And self-knowledge.
Yeah. And so that's what's going on with this. And now he's becoming paranoid because he's like, whoa, she's not getting into fights. She's not doing it. Because now he's comparing her to what is expected when you're in a relationship. And for whatever reason, we fully expect people to fight with us, yell, be petty, be passive aggressive, all this stuff. And it's like, but why? There's no need for any of that. And if you don't have to, if there's a way to resolve conflict without engaging in it, why not choose that path? And that's the path that she's choosing. So she could be a far more emotionally intelligent than he is. And then on top of that, he's paranoid because now he's just in the back of my mind, this is the type of girl, this is the type of girl, this is the type of girl, this is the type of girl. And then there she is.
The thing that manifestation doesn't actually account for is compromise. So what happens if you put something on your board and said, I want my perfect girl to like clam chowder with no onions? It's very specific. I don't know. But clam chowder with no onions.
Right.
And she likes clam chowder. Doesn't really care much about onions or not.
And then she just doesn't put the onions in there.
Exactly. Because she knows that you don't like onions.
And then she just goes, oh yeah. And then you go like,
Did you
why
manifest that? Or is that just something she's like, I'm just going to make my life easier?
Manifestation doesn't account for human decision making.
Yeah.
Like compromise is accommodation is what you're saying, not compromise, because she would have to give something up and get something in return for compromise to do it. But manifestation doesn't account for accommodation, doesn't account for human decision making, because I can choose to do everything on your board if I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
If I'm cool with it, I'm cool with it. If it says something on the board, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. Then
I'm not swimming with dolphins. We're not doing it.
we're not doing it. Like there's certain things that I just don't do. And it doesn't matter how much my wife will be like, I want to do this. And she could pray all she wants. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Like, you ain't going to catch me walking around at Yosemite Park. Why? Why are we going to do? We can watch it on TV. Like, there's no point. Now, why are we going to the Grand Canyon for? It's just a hole in the ground. There's no point. I stand 10 toes down on that. So my advice to you is just strictly, you're paranoid right now. And what you're experiencing right now is the coming down from the intense release of dopamine. You're getting a lot of serotonin now, and you're starting to try to rationalize what it is that you're experiencing, because you're viewing this rather than viewing it from a lens of 1 + 1 = 2. You're saying something supernatural has occurred, ergo, I am now having to deal with the cosmos in the midst of it. Rather than like, hey, you ran into a chick at a farmer's market. Both of you are talking about colonialism and beats. Then she came home with you. And then you have probably had all your stuff around. She probably looked at that and said, this is all I got to do to get a man? Fine. He's pretty cool. I like him. Done.
That's the game plan.
What about you?
No, that makes sense to me. Like, I'm thinking about Hey Arnold, and then if Hey Arnold Hell of a Tacky ever goes into her closet and says, you know what, maybe I should go home. Like, I have miscalculated, gravely miscalculated.
That's pretty much it. All right. Well, I hope that advice helps you, and I hope that discussion helps you. CalvinRiver.org/follow this CalvinRiver.org/F2F. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for all of us at Catholic Notebook and Spirit Stream Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.
Will life unfaith me?
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream Studios. All rights reserved.